Buenos dias, beautiful people, and welcome to my voice notes. I do hope that you're currently lying somewhere horizontal, baking under the sun, and I shall not keep you away from that. But do let me give you some tracks that I just picked up that might be of benefit to your sunny days. You see, I was just in Ibiza and brought back some souvenirs just for you. So, let's get straight to it. I got to play a little Balearic set at our friends at Ibiza Sonica Radio, which you can watch and listen to on their YouTube channel at Ibiza Sonica.
Well, 32 minutes pass from 12. 32 minutitos pasan de las 12 en este martes 23 de julio, caluroso en la isla de Ibiza, y tenemos al gran Arman'S. Arman, my friend, thank you for staying here. Thank you for your music. Always is a pleasure to listen.
Sí, claro.
And Arman, you recently opened the Kioscotheque on Sunset Boulevard, California. What inspired you to create this space, and what can you tell us about it?
So, Are We On Air is my music podcast, which all of you should listen to, where the concept is what's the story, what's the soundtrack to your life. And guests have been on the show from Patti Smith to Seth Troxler, Nina Kravitz, and Dua Lipa to Rick Owens and so forth. Shout out to Richie Houghton and everyone else. And we started doing these pop-ups around the world. First one in Berlin with Wolfgang Tillmans and other guests of the show. And then I was like, okay, this kind of works. Like taking over kioscos. And then just fill it with culture, music, and records, and books, and magazines, and so forth. And then, I saw this place on Sunset Boulevard across the Chateau Marmont in Los Angeles. And, here we are.
It's like a one kiosk full of magazines, full of records that everyone can to buy the records and can to play records.
Exactly. So our friends at Idea Books from London, they're curating the books and magazines, like vintage, like how to find books and magazines. And then we have lots of records. It's a mini gallery, and every 2 weeks we change the exhibition, whatever's happening inside, and invite different guests of the show to come and do something. Book signings, block party, whatever it is.
You have been described as the international man of mystery. How do you manage to maintain an aura of enigma while being exposed in the public eye?
Who wrote that?
International man of mystery.
I like that.
I like that as well.
The key is to always run away the moment it gets heated up. You're like, and then you run away. No. I don't know. Yeah, I've been around, I guess. Travel a lot.
Travel a lot.
Yeah, but
I'm working a lot, I know.
And working a lot, but different than all the wonderful DJs that you have coming through at Sonica. But yeah, I'm just, doing my thing.
You are known for your work in sound design and creating ambience for luxury brands. How do you approach these projects, and what do you consider essential for good sound design?
First of all, the key is always to translate the brand identity. Like if you're brand A, who are you? And my goal is to translate it into a soundscape. And remove your ego and just trying to something that makes sense.
You have interviewed influence figures on your podcast. What has been one of the most memorable conversations, and why? What is your favorite in all the amazing people that you have in your podcast?
There are definitely two which are very personal to me. One was Jane Birkin in Paris.
Jane Birkin.
Yeah, Jane Birkin had a kitchen table in Paris. That was something I will never forget. That was incredible. And also Amanda Lear, also in Paris. She had stories for days. I highly recommend that episode. Especially for our disco heads listening.
Arman, my last question is, can you tell us about the upcoming projects? What is the upcoming projects of Arman? Arman'S.
Yeah, well, I'm...
After to go to DC10 yesterday night, Remember.
I might not be the most bubbly today. Well, it was a fun night. Shout out to the boys at DC10 and Circo Loco. Thank you very much for having us. Yeah, I have to run to Paris now, like after the set.
You go to Paris?
Yeah, I'm going to be there for 2 days and then for a shoot. And then back to New York and back to LA and then back to Ibiza and so forth. So this is my summer. But the Kioscotheque, we're going full program starting September again, all the way through award season. That's all the way till like Oscars, Grammys, Coachella, all that. And yeah, have lots of brands and artists kind of collaborate on the space, and just it's free culture, public on the street.
I hope you visit soon there.
Yeah, please come. We should do a Sonica pop-up there.
Okay,
let's do it.
We're talking about.
Yeah, let's do it.
We continue with you. Thank you so much for your music, my friend.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure.
It's been 10 years? Like every time I come, we play.
It's true.
One of the tracks that I played was by the Balearic icon, that is Chris Rea, which some of you might know from one of his hits such as On the Beach. But this guy has so many tracks that can just transport you to a beach. His husky voice, the groove, the melodies, it just makes you feel you're part of an 80s Bacardi rum ad. And the track that I played was I Just Want to Be With You.
I wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. I know there's a price to pay for doing what we do, but I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you. Yeah. I just wanna be with you. Oh, I just wanna be with you.
Another great classic from that set that I played was a track called Malentendido by our favorite Italos, Ricchi e Poveri, that you might also know from their 80s hits such as Mamma Maria or Sara perché te amo.
E vedi andar trazzando una frontera, echándome la culpa solo a mí. No pienses que eres solo tu herido, ha sido todo un malentendido. Por ogni cuenta nueva con un beso, ¿qué sentido tiene discutir? Malentendido, esto que nos ha engañado y confundido, justo nuestro amor ya queda inmunizado, listo a mil malentendidos que vendrán.
Being in Ibiza always brings back some sweet memories of certain songs and moments and DJ sets that just got stuck in my brain. And one of those tracks was from a DJ set by Edu Ibernon that he played, I believe, in 2013 at Kumara's Ibiza. And the song is called Sound Hug, but the Daniel Boards remix by an artist called Heiko Lux B. Happy 25th anniversary to our friends at DC10, celebrating 25 glorious years of Circo Loco, which is probably one of the most famous parties, not just on the island, but in the world. And one that really managed to morph into a lifestyle brand that goes beyond the traditional dance floor and dance audience. So lots of respect to them. There were many great sets that day, but one track that really got people warmed up and worked up was a track called Work It Now by Dr. Drew, who, by the way, generally speaking, has some great remixes and edits and tracks of his own, which I highly recommend. Up next, electronic mastermind and friend and guest of the show, Michael Meyer, surprised us with a nasty summer banger called Urian, which is straight up bam. Up next, one of my highlights for sure was seeing one of my personal favorites, that is Huni, that is Hunee, playing a killer set in the main room at DC10. I didn't even know that he was playing, but I was lured into the room through his sound. And what a beautiful surprise. To me, playing a broad spectrum of genres and converting it into one cohesive set is an art form. And Hunee is literally one of the ones that does it best. And one track that myself and the crowd was pumping to was this banger by Roman Flügel called Hotel Cartago. And it's a track that just keeps on giving and keeps on rising. So hold on to your drinks. Last but not least, my dear friends Sven Feth and Seth Troxler both closed their floors respectively with some killer sets, and one track that I still remembered was the perfect way to end it. It's from the Batman soundtrack by Prince, I believe from 1989, and the track is called The Future. So on that note, I shall speak to you very soon in the near future. Peace.
And it will be. I've seen the future and it works. If there's life after, we will see. So I can't go like a jerk. Systematic ortho of the class. Hollywood conjures images of the past. New world needs spirituality that will last. I've seen the future and it will be. I've seen the future and it will